Supplemental math videos from Circle Christian School. Quadratic complete the square. I like to use a template when I complete the square, but the whole thing is about making a perfect binomial square because there's a lot of different things that we can use it for. Vertex form, doing the radical on both sides so that we can solve for x, and even making things like your conic sections work for you. If you're really bored here, tell me what all the properties are on the chalkboard behind the teacher. Okay, let's complete the square to find the vertex form, the standard form of a quadratic equation. Well, what we have to do is deal pretty much with the x parts of this. And so I'm just going to build my little complete the square form, which is x squared plus 6x plus a blank parentheses squared. Now this is a little bit of a deviation from what you see in the book. I do this just a little bit differently because I find it easier to make my little binomial squared. And then it has a minus 7, but to make everything equal, because we're adding this part here, we actually have to subtract that part from the other side here. So subtract the square from over here. Okay, here's what I do. First thing I do is I take this and know that I have to divide by 2, because that is what I'm going to put back into here, which is 3. And if that's a 3, then we have to put a 3 here. All right, now that's going to allow us to make that cute little binomial square, which is going to be the x plus the 3, which is why I do it this way. I don't have to do a whole bunch of extra work, squared. And then we have to do the second part here. We have a negative 7 minus a 9 squared, so a negative 16 equals the y. So therefore our vertex, our hk, this is our h and this is our k, is going to be a negative 3, remember it's always the opposite when it's inside the parentheses, and a negative 16. That's going to be the vertex of the parabola. Let's do a little bit more of a difficult one to find the vertex. Now again, to be able to complete the square, you always have to have a beginning of an x squared, so that means somehow, some way, we're going to have to cipher out this 2, the coefficient of 2 in front of here. So what we're going to do is just divide everybody by a 2 and make an equivalent equation. So we're going to end up with 2 x squared plus the 4x plus the 7 over 2. And we're going to basically work inside the quadratic here as we go along. So we're going to have 2 x squared plus the 4x plus the blank squared plus the 7 over the 2. And we have to minus what we had added just to make it equivalent. So minus the x squared. All right, going to play the game. I'm going to take this guy here and we're going to divide it by 2. Ah, the cuckoo clock works again. I had to put a new battery in there. So that's going to give us a 2, and that's going to give it a 2 over here. And we're going to make the little binomial squared, have a 2 on the outside. And so we have an x plus the 2, it's positive, and a squared, And I should almost really do a bracket here because it's happening to everything and I don't really want to lose that. So now we have the 7 over the 2 minus the 4. 4 is the same thing as 8 over 2, just playing nice. Then the rest of our bracket. And so we have a 2 outside here with the x plus the 2 being squared. Just doing the math, 7 squared minus 8 squared is going to give us a minus 1/2, which should equal, when we're all said and done, I'm going to kind of distribute this 2 out to everybody inside here. So 2 to the binomial squared and 2 to the end here. And that should give us 2x plus 2 squared minus 2 over 2, or 1, as our equation. And this too is a little bit different from the book, but you can look at the book and see if you like that way better than my way. Both ways work. And let me know what you think. I'd like to know which way that you like best. Thanks. You're the best.